Hi friends! I have small, super sensitive earlobes, which makes it really difficult for me to wear earrings. I've tried a bunch of different things over the years and finally found something that works. So in this video, I'm going to share with you my earring hack in case you also have sensitive earlobes. Welcome to the Dress Up Mom! If you're already a subscriber, thank you and I love you. If you haven't subscribed, please do and tap the bell for notifications. I have super sensitive skin, and if you watch my channel, you'll see that I talk a lot about my skincare and makeup routine and how I manage that. By extension, my ears and earlobes are also super sensitive, and my earlobes are super small. I first got my ears pierced when I was probably about 14. I went to the mall and did it at whatever the equivalent of Claire's was at that point. Claire's didn't exist way back then. I remember coming back and having a whole lot of trouble with whatever earrings they put in there and having them heal properly. They got infected a lot. I did realize after a while that if I used 14 karat gold earrings and studs, that worked for me a bit and they wouldn't get too sensitive, but even that wasn't 100% good. And I struggled with it all for about 10 years because I wanted to wear earrings. After a while, I kind of gave up and just let them close. I tried those clip-on, the old clip-on earrings from the 50s that you didn't have to have pierced ears for. And those also were usually way too big, and then they would pinch my sensitive ears. I couldn't really wear those either. So I gave up for like a good 10, 15 years. When my daughter turned about 13 or 14, she and a friend of hers got their ears pierced, and they went to this tattoo place that also had piercings. Now I was a little bit concerned because she also has sensitive skin, but I was really amazed at how well her ears healed, and whatever they used seemed to work really well. When she decided to go get another piercing, I went with her to kind of see what this was all about. Now this was years before I got my tattoos, and I had never really been in a tattoo place before, so I was just fascinated by all of it, kind of seeing that whole piece of it. But the piercing section was right in that same area, and I was really impressed with the way that it was all done. The people were super professional and really took a lot of pride in their work. They used the highest grade metal, and everything was sterilized in these packages like this before they used them. They explained to me that the metal used was the highest grade and actually was what is used in medical devices and put inside a person's body. So that's why it didn't cause allergies, and it was really good for any kind of sensitive skin. So I decided to re-pierce my ears right there on the spot, and they did a wonderful job navigating sort of the scar tissue in there. And they put in these wonderful studs and gave us the saline solution. And really, the healing process and everything was terrific. I would highly recommend going to a piercing place like this if you're going to get your ears pierced and you're at all worried about, having sensitivity in your ears. I wore the studs and different studs in my ears for quite a while, but then I thought, ooh, hoops would be fun. So I went in there and started exploring the various kinds of hoops that they had. What they did is they explained that there's these different gauges of hoops and earrings and the sizes of them. And with my sort of tiny holes in my ears and my tiny ears, I was able to get these really small gauge hoops that were made of, I think they're 100% gold, but I'm not exactly sure. The metal is perfect for my ears, and it's nice and tiny. So they put those in for me. I have not taken them out for 10 years. I wear them constantly. I surf, I swim, I exercise, I do everything in these earrings. I don't feel them at all. They don't bother me. One thing is, they're hard to change out. They're really tiny. They have these little balls. I personally can't do it. If I ever do need to take them out, I need to go back to the piercing place for them to sort of change them out for me. So I started experimenting, and I realized that I could actually attach things to these hoops and that they're strong enough to actually carry the weight
and put other things on them. So that's basically my hack. That's what I do. It works really well because it's super easy for me to sort of change these things out. And whatever I put on the bottom of these doesn't have to be super high grade metal. It could just be anything that's circular and fits properly in these little earrings. I just love the variety of doing this and have such a blast with it. Of course, the lighter, the better, right? But I can even wear a pretty heavy earring like this for, you know, a good evening. I could definitely wear these all night without them starting to really hurt my ears at all. Let me show you the different ones that I have found over the years and what I do with them. Well, there it is. That's my earring hack for sensitive ears. What do you think? Do you have sensitive ears? Do you do something like this? If not, will you give it a try? I would love to know all of this if you leave it in the comments below. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it and it means the world to me. Until next time, have fun and dress it up a little.